If you like money and fantasy football, you're going to love this free offer to make money with DraftStreet.com. In fact, you've got a chance to win my money because I'm running a $300 league today where the top 7 finish in the money. Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and today you'll be competing against my team and amongst yourselves to win my money. Fantasy sports have changed over the years, making them more lucrative. No more waiting to get paid at the end of the season. With DraftStreet.com, you get instant gratification. Here's the deal. Go to DraftStreet.com right now. Enter this code, DeMarco, my last name. That's going to get you access to my league today. Entry costs absolutely nothing. It's free to play for a shot at winning my money. You have a $100,000 salary cap to draft your team. You've got until the 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoffs to set your roster, and the winners will be determined when the Monday night game is over. Remember, the top 7 finish in the money with my $300 at stake. Go to DraftStreet.com, use the passcode DeMarco, build your team now. Welcome back, everyone, to this holiday edition of the Countdown to Kickoff program. Hope you're enjoying the week with your family and friends. We've got more games to break down, but first, Steve and I want to talk about fantasy football. And guys, unlike days gone by, you don't have to wait to make money playing fantasy football, because with DraftStreet.com and the free contest we're going to talk about, it's instant gratification.
And I never understood why gamblers liked fantasy football, because most gamblers, like you and I, need that instant gratification. We like to make a bet and immediately get rewarded if we win. Well, with the old school fantasy football, you had to wait the entire season, constantly redrafting, and wait for your $100 payoff 17 weeks later. No fun. But now, with DraftStreet.com, everything's instant. It's week to week, not year to year. So it's really action, and gamblers, they're coming like droves.
Absolutely. And guys, here's a special contest for you to try it out. And this is good for those of you that are newcomers, those of you that have played the contest every single week. I put $300 of my money on the table, and the top 7 in the contest that we run in conjunction with DraftStreet.com finish in the money. And as Steve said, it pays off after the last game on the weekly card. Guys, it's a Monday night game, so Monday night after the game, that's when the contest is determined. Top 7 finish in the money. It's a free entry. You get a $100,000 mythical bankroll to play general manager. Every player has an assigned value. You draft a couple of quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, etc. It takes you about 5 minutes to put together your team. You've got until 1 o'clock Eastern Time on Saturday to finalize your rosters. And then, guys, you're in it. And all you got to do is go to DraftStreet.com, enter my last name, DeMarco. It's that easy. It gets you free entry into the contest. And again, top 7 finish in the money. Matter of fact, last week, a guy with the username Brian P., 186 points. He hit a good week for Brian P. He had Matthew Stafford as his quarterback, Donald Brown, who had a career day for the Colts running the ball, Calvin Johnson, Megatron monster game for the Lions, a guy by the name of Peter Jones, whose probably real name is Peter Jones, come to think of it, finished second, 180 points. And Steve, who's been on a roll here, 10th place finish, 4th place finish the previous 2 weeks. He finished 32nd. I finished 197. And which really, you know, when I finish in the bottom third, thank God this isn't what I'm doing for a living. But again, it's a free entry contest, and the top 7 finish in the money.
Right, so whether or not you've been in the contest every single week since we started running it, you can re-enter it again and again and again. Keep trying to win Al's money. You just go to DraftStreet.com, make like you're opening a new account. They'll prompt you for a code. When they do, you put in Al's name, DeMarco, and it'll take you right to the contest page.
Guys, let's get busy here with our final games on today's card, Carolina and Tampa Bay. I was in Tampa last weekend. I happened to go see the Cowboys game, not much of a game. 3rd time this season I've seen the Buccaneers in person, which I think makes me eligible to be NFL Fan of the Year, or means I have to have my head examined. But listen, this Tampa Bay team has lost 8 in a row. Raheem Morris, hey baby, you're going to be joining Tony Soprano on the unemployment line soon. 1-7 ATS in that stretch. 5 of those 8 losses by double digits. Carolina goes to Houston last week. Really impressive win.
Just another game that I was wrong about.
Well, we both were there. First win for Carolina against a winning team this year. You know, I can't see why you can't lay the points with Carolina in this spot, especially since they won at Tampa 38-19 in the first go-round.
If any team is looking for a finish line right now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They want out of this season. I'm so distraught that I went against Cam last week on the show. I love Cam. I think 2-3 years, he's the best quarterback in the league. He goes after every team on every down. He always wants to score. That's the way he plays. I love it. I'm going with Carolina here. I'm back on the Cam Newton bandwagon.
Okay, next one's going to be San Francisco and Seattle. 49ers a dominating defensive effort against Pittsburgh on Monday night. But let's face it, Roethlisberger was not even near 50% probably. Pouncey, their starting center, didn't play. It was a tough spot. But the 49ers were looking to rebound. But now the 49ers, short week, going to Seattle. You saw what the Seahawks did last week in Chicago. Seahawks are playing with such confidence. Quest Field, tough place to play. That secondary of the Seahawks has just gelled. And that's really what's fueled their defensive turnaround, because they don't have a great pass rush other than Chris Clemens, but they're an efficient team offensively with Marshawn Lynch leading the ground game. And I'll tell you what, I think this is a scary spot if you're a 49ers fan.
Yeah, the coaching at the 49ers has been unbelievable. I mean, they've really had a season this year to be remembered. But like you said, you get Seattle at home. They're a different animal. I love Seattle in this game. I think San Francisco possibly overlooks this game, looks ahead, doesn't see much of a competition factor with Seattle. I think they get surprised. I like Seattle here.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on Seattle. Final game we're going to take a look at today is going to be your Dallas-Philadelphia contest. Now, we remember what happened the first time when these two met. It was a Sunday night game. The Eagles absolutely destroyed them that night. LaShawn McCoy running for 185 yards in that game. Rob Ryan's defense came into that one so good against the run. And I mean, it looked like the Swiss cheese defense, the Matador defense. The Eagles ran the ball relentlessly. Michael Vick had a big game. And, right now, when you look at the Eagles, what you see is what you get, which is an inconsistent team. Last 2 weeks, they won at Miami, and of course, last week, dominated the Jets at home. And, Michael Vick had a very, very nice game. This Cowboys team, I watched them in person. They had to jump out to a big lead at Tampa. They should have. They did. And in the second half, they were absolutely pathetic. Sure, they snapped that 2-game losing streak, but this is still an inconsistent team, and they're not as good now as the first time they played the Eagles, because DeMarco Murray is no longer in the lineup. Felix Jones is their main running back, and I do not want to put all my eggs in that particular basket.
Well, we both liked Dallas against Tampa last week on the show. Whole different animal when you talk about Philadelphia, especially when they're playing inspired ball. Not just good ball, inspired ball. I don't know if they're rallying around their coach, want to save Andy Reid's job. You haven't heard anything on the Philadelphia media about Andy Reid's job. Usually when Donovan McNabb was everyone wanted him to go, owner came out and said he ain't going anywhere yet. They haven't said that about Andy Reid. Maybe that's the motivating factor here. I don't know. But I like the Eagles here. I am wary of laying points with Dallas, especially at home in the month of December. I don't like it. I'm going with the Eagles here.
Now, the problem with this game is the motivation for the Eagles. Listen, guys, they have a slim shot to still remain alive for the postseason, but a lot will depend on what happens with the Giants-Jets game earlier. But still, I think they're playing for pride. I think there are certain players on that team that are playing to keep Andy Reid's job. Chief among them, Michael Vick, because it was Reid that showed faith in him and restored his career, got him back into the league.
Got him that payday.
Exactly. Got him the big money, too. So I think the Eagles are the play here. I think that, you look at this line, as a former bookmaker, of course Dallas is going to be a 2.5 to 3-point favorite. They're playing at home. There's no way you're going to make Philadelphia, even though they dominated the first go-round, the favorite in this contest. But in reality, the Eagles are the play here. They're winning outright.
Well, think about what that line actually says, because the line always tells a story. When it's 2.5, they're saying that on a neutral field, Philadelphia is the better team, because everybody knows two equal teams, they give you 3 points for a home field advantage. They are actually making the statement that Philly's the better team. I agree with them.
So, and that's the case, guys. If you're betting Philadelphia or you're betting Dallas, this line 2.5 to 3, you've got to consider doing something with the half point. And if you don't believe me, guys, just go back 2 weeks ago with Denver and Chicago when that half point came into play. Well, that'll do it for this holiday edition of the Countdown to Kickoff program. We've got one more week of the NFL season. Remember, if you missed any portion of the show, you can watch it in its entirety on the website. As for me, I've got my free daily video reports where I break down your games of basketball and football, money-saving coupons and discount codes, etc. So, for Steve Budin, Al DeMarco here, happy holidays to you all, and we'll catch you again next week.